Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters, linking your business to demographics. Now, I'm going to tell you what, demographics are very, very important. Unfortunately, it's not discussed by enough economists because they're trying to figure out something, but it all comes down to which group of people are going to spend how much money, at least publicly. Privately, shoot. Businesses be talking about that all the time. They want to know who their target market is. They want to know who's in the neighborhood. I'll give you a great example. In my neighborhood, there's a mall. And I'll call the name of it. What they going to do? Harford Mall in Harford County. And the mall itself was, it was falling apart. But there's a Sears there. There was a Sears there, and of course Sears is closed, but they had a big ass space. Now they starting to tear down the space. From what I heard, it hasn't been confirmed, but what I heard from someone who works there, they plan on putting a Harris Teeter there. Now that's like a high-end grocery store. Now I'm looking at that, and my lady friend who told me about it, I was like, what? Harris Teeter around here? And she was like, and she had lived in the county like since she was a child. She said, Ron, there's a lot of more money around here than you think. I mean, I knew there was some money, but I was just like, well, let's put it like this. They stay low key, but I've seen the mini mansions. I've seen the actual mansions, but I didn't know it was that deep. So I was like, oh, okay. And it's interesting because within reasonable driving distance, there's a Sprouts. Well, across the street, there's a Sprouts. And then within reasonable driving distance, there's a Wegmans. So I was looking at that and I was like, overall, where I'm living, I'll just say the class of people has improved because now there's a whole bunch of yoga studios, whole bunch of gyms, yoga studios, fitness, like boutique fitness places, like juice bars, stuff like that. So, but that goes with a certain demographic of people. Now, if you contrast that with maybe a poorer neighborhood, what you going to see? A bunch of liquor stores, check cashing places, payday loan places, pawn shops, and everything. In fact, if I drive roughly 20 minutes away, I can find all that right away. But the bottom line is these businesses are linked to the demographics. When we're talking about demographic, it's the people. Like what type of people are in the area that you're in. Like I would strongly suggest, and like I said, unfortunately, this isn't spoken enough publicly. Businesses already know, major businesses know this. They know who's going to spend money where. I would suggest trying to find some information. Like if you want to set up, like especially a brick and mortar business, then they still make some money, y'all. Let's be clear on it. But if you want to set up a brick and mortar business, try to find some information about the area you want to set it up in. Two things you want to do. One, you want to just look around, try to get an idea. But then it's kind of like the area I'm in. There's money, but it's low key. I had to be pointed out some things. So find one of these, just do a Google search. And I found some stuff before where they talk about area demographics and stuff. And now if you got a few $1,000s to spend, you can get an idea about different areas, who's there, what's the median income, even down, it breaks it down to the racial thing. See, you got to understand, business is very simple. You got to have somebody who's going to pay money for it. If you got products, you got to have somebody who's going to buy your particular product. If you have a service, who's going to use your particular service? Like say if you had a service washing aluminum siding, right? Like the siding on houses and stuff. Obviously, you need to be in an area that has plenty of those houses. Because say it's just maybe apartment buildings, poor houses don't necessarily have that type of siding, you might not make that much money. See, you got to think, all right, yes, you can have that dream and everything about your business, but you got to think who's your customers are going to be. Even online, people think, well, maybe not with social media. Like I know, like the stuff that I sell, my books and mainly the self-development books, it sells to a certain demographic of men. And I could really just almost list it down to the T who they are, because I've just been paying attention over the years. Now, honestly, when I first started, I had no idea about the demographic. That was the thing, because I didn't have the knowledge. That's why I'm sharing it with you now. I just kind of threw the stuff out there. But, I was younger then, and me on this channel, I have zero issue sharing some mistakes I made or some ignorance that I exhibited in trying to do stuff, because I want y'all not to make the same mistakes. You need to know, when you developing a business, you need to know who your customers are going to be. You need to know exactly who's your customers, what they like, what do they desire, what do they eat. Like, I give you a great example. There's been a steady rise in veganism. It hasn't nowhere near critical mass. But say, like in the neighborhood I live in, all of a sudden a lot of vegans show up. They started demanding more vegan food. All of a sudden, a vegan restaurant might be like, oh, we got a bunch of vegans around here. They tough to track, but there's probably some type of demographics report out there that actually tracks them. You probably had to look real hard. But say we get a rise in vegans where I'm at. We already got a Sprouts, Wegmans, and a Harris Teeter, so a future Harris Teeter. So what happens then? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody say, hey, these some vegans. Listen, let me open up a restaurant real quick. And that's how it works. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'm going to get back with y'all later. Peace. And, well, hold up. Sorry, y'all forgot where I was. Let's go make that money.